Nobody tells you this when you're young, but the way you think about money is quietly deciding your entire future. Right now, somewhere in America, two people are earning the exact same income, same paycheck, same opportunities, same starting point. But 10 years from now, one of them will be financially free, while the other will still be stuck, stressed, and wondering where it all went wrong. And the scary part is, it won't be because of luck. It will come down to a few small habits, repeated every single day. Most people think becoming rich is about making more money. That's the biggest lie we've all been sold. Because if income alone made people wealthy, then every doctor, lawyer, and celebrity would be financially free forever. But we've all seen stories of millionaires going broke. So what's really going on? The truth is, wealth isn't built on income, it's built on behavior. And once you understand this, everything changes. Think about your last paycheck. You probably had plans for it. Maybe you told yourself you'd save more this time. Maybe you wanted to invest. Maybe you wanted to finally get ahead. But then life happened. Bills showed up, subscriptions renewed. A few small purchases didn't feel like a big deal. And suddenly, that paycheck disappeared almost as quickly as it came. And you're left wondering, how did this happen again? This cycle is what keeps most people stuck for decades. But here's where things get interesting. The people who break out of this cycle don't have superpowers. They don't win the lottery. They don't magically earn 10 times overnight. They simply start playing a different game. Instead of asking, how can I spend this money? They ask, how can I keep this money working for me? That one shift in thinking changes everything, because money, when left alone, does nothing. But when directed correctly, it starts to grow, slowly at first, then faster than you can imagine. Let's make this real. Imagine you invest just $5 a day. That's less than what most people spend on coffee without thinking twice. It feels small, almost insignificant. But over time, something powerful starts to happen. That money begins to compound. At first, the growth is invisible. You won't feel rich. You won't see dramatic changes. And this is exactly the moment where most people quit. Because humans are wired for instant results. We want fast success, quick wins, immediate rewards. But wealth doesn't work like that. Wealth is quiet, it's slow, it's almost boring. Until one day, it's not. One day, you look at your accounts and realize something strange. Your money made more money than you did. And that's the moment everything flips. You're no longer trading time for money. Now your money's working, even when you're not. This is how the wealthy think differently. They don't just earn money, they build systems that generate money. And here's the part most people miss. It doesn't require a huge starting point. It requires consistency. The problem is, consistency isn't exciting. No one makes viral videos about saving $100 a week. No one celebrates the person quietly investing every month. But those are the exact people who end up winning. Because while everyone else is chasing the next big thing, they're building something that actually lasts. Let's talk about lifestyle for a second. One of the biggest traps people fall into is upgrading their life every time their income increases. You get a raise, so you upgrade your car, you earn more, so you move into a bigger apartment, you start making good money, so your expenses rise right along with it. It feels natural, you worked hard, you deserve it. But this is how people stay broke, at every income level, because no matter how much they earn, they never create space between income and expenses. And that space is where wealth is born. The wealthy understand this deeply. They increase their income, but they don't rush to increase their lifestyle. Instead, they increase their investments. They delay gratification. And in a world where everyone wants everything now, that makes them incredibly rare. Let me ask you something. If you lost your job today, how long could you survive without stress? A week? A month? A few days? This question makes most people uncomfortable, because deep down, we know the answer. And it's not where we want it to be. But instead of facing it, most people ignore it. They distract themselves. They tell themselves everything is fine. They assume things will somehow work out. But hope is not a financial strategy. Preparation is. This is why building an emergency fund isn't optional. It's essential. It's not just about money. It's about peace of mind. It's about knowing that one bad day won't destroy your entire life. And once you have that safety net, something interesting happens. You start making better decisions. You're no longer desperate. You're no longer forced into situations just to survive. You gain control, and control is one of the most valuable things money can buy. Now let's talk about investing, because this is where most people get overwhelmed. There's so much information out there. Stocks, crypto, real estate, index funds, everyone has an opinion. Everyone claims they have the secret, and it creates confusion. So people do nothing. But doing nothing is the most expensive mistake of all, because while you're waiting, time is passing, and time is the most powerful asset you have. The truth is, you don't need to be an expert to start investing. You just need to start. Even small amounts matter, because investing isn't about timing the market, it's about time in the market. The longer your money stays invested, the more it grows. It's simple, but it's not easy, because there will be moments where the market drops, your investments lose value, fear kicks in, and this is where most people panic. They sell, they quit, they convince themselves it doesn't work, but the people who win do the opposite. They stay. They understand that volatility is part of the process. They don't react emotionally. They stick to the plan. And over time, that discipline pays off in ways most people can't even imagine. Let's go back to those two people we talked about at the beginning. Same income, same starting point. One of them spends everything they earn. They upgrade their lifestyle constantly. They avoid thinking about money because it feels stressful. The other one builds habits. They save consistently. They invest regularly. They think long term. 10 years later, their lives look completely different. Not because of luck, but because of choices. And here's the most powerful part. You get to decide which person you become. Starting today, not next year, not when you earn more, not when things feel perfect, because that moment never comes. There will always be a reason to wait, but every day you wait, you're losing something you can never get back. Time. And time, when combined with the right habits, is unstoppable. So start small. Save something, invest something, learn something. Just don't stay stuck, because the life you want, the freedom you imagine, the peace you're searching for, it's not built in one big moment. It's built in the small decisions you make every single day. And if this made you think differently about money, then you already took the first step. Now, don't stop here, because the next video might just be the one that changes everything.